So the PS5 and the PS5 Slim released a long time ago, almost 6 years ago in 2020, and now it's a little bit old. It's actually very old, 6 years old almost, and it's getting kind of like boring. It's the same controllers, not too many new games, and just the same console and specs overall. So Sony released a new console. It's not like a PS6, but the PS5 Pro, and I'll be just going over why it's so good, what's so new about it, and if you should upgrade from the PS5 to like the new PS5 Pro, and what's so special about it. So let's dive in this video and get started right away. So like I said, the PS5 original and the PS5 Slim released like around 6 years ago in 2020, and they're pretty big upgrade from the PS4. Since the PS4 was a bit like just like more ugly looking, the controllers were pretty nice but not as nice looking, and the PS5 just improved everything, improved specs, it looked nicer, it can like stand up like that, and the controllers were just amazing. They might be like the best controllers I've ever felt. Just holding them, they felt like sturdy and very nice to play with. But it wasn't exactly what gamers wanted. The specs weren't big enough. Some people wanted like more storage, and they wanted like a huge improvement from the PS4, not just like something small like the PS5. So Sony released the PS5 Pro, their all new model, which does fix a lot of these things. So let's dive right into the specs. So the PS5 Pro did release a few months ago, but many people just don't know about it, or they don't know the specs, don't think it's worthy enough. But let's just go over the specs quickly, since it is a pretty big beast. It's a very big improvement over the PS5 Slim and PS5. But compared to the PS5, it has a 45% faster GPU, which is huge when you're playing these like big hardcore games. It'll run much faster, much smoother, render graphics much better, and it does include a 2 TB storage, 2 TB SSD, which is huge if you have like a lot of games downloaded on there, and it's almost more than two times the regular model, and like 2 times the slim model. So a lot of storage, a lot more storage, which a lot of gamers did complain about. And it has Wi-Fi 7 for some extremely fast connection compared to their old Wi-Fi 6, which was already pretty good. But obviously if you're like competitive, if you're very high ranked and you're playing for like money or something, you're gonna want that super fast internet, really fast GPU and stuff. So they have also included some AI features to improve stuff like quality, graphics, FPS, stuff like that, which is very good. But one drawback is, if you're the type of person to like buy the console and also collect games, like the disc and the case and everything, you can't do that since this is a digital only console. You can only like buy games online and just like download them onto the console, not buy the disc. And obviously it's pretty expensive, much more expensive than the regular model and the slim model, since obviously it reflects the better specs and just better console in general. And if you're gonna fully benefit, you probably want a 4K or an 8K TV, since it's specialized for very high resolution along with FPS. And if your TV is only like 180p and caps at only 60 FPS, you won't be able to fully enjoy it, since it can render 8K and 4K along with like almost 120 FPS. So if your TV or monitor caps at like 180p or only 60 FPS, you're not gonna get that full bonus and benefit of the PS5 Pro. So just a quick side-by-side comparison, so you can just quickly go over which one is actually better compared head to head. Just overall design and weight and stuff, PS5 Pro actually unexpectedly is pretty light. It's around the middle of the PS5 Slim and the regular PS5, although it is a bit heavier. But for the storage, on the other hand, there's a big difference. 825 GB for the regular PS5, 1 TB for the PS5 Slim, and 2 TB for the PS5 Pro, which is a huge difference. Your storage is like doubling. You can get so many more and so many bigger games on your PS5 Pro if you're the type of person to take up a lot of storage and get a lot of games. Obviously the performance in GPU, it's off the charts. It's very fast GPU and everything. Amazing performance along with like AI features and AI upscaling to make it just like put it even further and even better. this is probably for like very, very hardcore gamers and very competitive gamers, not just like everyday people like me who are just playing for fun. But it is also backwards compatible, so it can be like used with like regular PS5 controller and then also PS4 and just PS4 games. So that is a nice touch if you have a lot of games sitting in the back for PS4, although you'll have to transfer them only if they're digital copy for the PS4 to the digital copy of the PS5, transfer them over. You can't use like the disc for PS4. But the biggest takeaway from this is the price. The price will be extremely, extremely high, way higher than like the PS4, PS5. The regular PS5 is just around $500, while the PS5 Slim goes to $550, and the PS5 Pro jumps that up $200 all the way to $750. So obviously, $250 more dollars for PS5 Pro rather than the PS5. So that is one big takeaway. And obviously, you're gonna have to get a big, like, nice monitor, a big, nice TV with that, which can run like 4K or 8K and 120 hertz. And just some advice, if you're a regular gamer like me, then you're gonna want the PS5 Slim or the regular PS5, since you're not doing anything crazy. You don't need too many specs, and you're probably just running it on like a normal TV or a monitor or something. So you're not gonna need anything too crazy. But if you are doing like hardcore gaming, competitive gaming, and you want like the best experience, then obviously take the PS5 Pro, since it does offer like amazing specs, amazing everything, just amazing running experience too. So that's it for today's video. PS5 Pro is just like amazing in all categories, but obviously at a higher price, $250 more than the regular model. And the PS5 is already a very, very good console, beating other consoles like Xbox and Nintendo by a pretty wide margin. Unless you're going to be like a professional gamer, then the PS5 regular model is just completely fine for you, and maybe even too much. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you next one. Bye for now. YouTube Pro out.